Hey guys, we're down here on the boulevard in Dumaguete. You can see it's a beautiful day. There's ships coming in, ferries are coming in, dropping off more tourists, more bloggers, more foreigners, more expats every day. But can you afford the Philippines anymore? You know, I just sent myself some money and I was surprised how little money I got during the exchange. I sent myself 1,300 USD. I sent it through World Remit, and it was a bank transfer. It went into my personal bank account. And like I said, I sent $1,300 USD, and I received 72,993 pesos. And the exchange rate was 56.148. Now, a few months ago, back in April, it was almost 59. You know, the exchange rate has really dropped down, and you're talking about dropping 5, 6, 7% in a short period of time. When you're doing your budgeting and you're doing your decision coming to the Philippines, how much money you need, you know, peso-wise or dollar-wise, keep in mind the exchange rate. A lot of guys are forgetting about that. We've been sitting here with this high exchange rate, you know, 57, 58, low 59s for a while, but it looks like it's taken a dive. And with the elections coming up, you never know what's going to happen. You know, which party wins, how is that going to affect the exchange rate? How is that going to affect your money? Me here in the Philippines, I hate to say it, guys, but I'm always pushing for inflation in the U.S. and high interest rates. High interest rates cause the dollar to get stronger, and the pesos, I get more pesos for my exchange rate. When inflation increases, at the end of the year, my COLA, I get a big increase. So that's a pay raise if the inflation is up. So being a retired expat here in the Philippines, living on Social Security, you're going to root for two things which are totally different from when you're back in the U.S. I hate to say that, but that's the reality of life here. The cost of living in the Philippines is not cheap anymore. You know, guys thinking you can come over here with, you know, $400, $500, $600 and live a comfortable life. Those days are long gone here in the Philippines. If you're living in Dumaguete, being that it's an expat bubble, a lot of expats are making Dumaguete their retirement destination, and the people who own houses here, they're improving them. They're making them more Western style, more amenities. The house that Janet and I rented is 35,000 pesos a month, which could be as high as $700 a month if the peso drops down to 50 pesos per dollar. But right now, it's around $620 a month. What do we get with that? We got fully furnished. We get a refrigerator, we get a stove, we have sofas and chairs and TV, multiple bedrooms, beds, mattresses. Everything's included in this. You're getting the hot shower. It's two showers, both with hot water. And also we have a great water system here where we have an electric pump that if we want to have more pressure, but normally we don't need that pump at all to have good water pressure. But 5, 6, 7 years ago, that house was only $400 a month or maybe $300 a month. It's gone up quite a bit. And the people who are making the investment into these homes are trying to get a return on investment. You know, the ROI, return on investment. So they're going to ask more money for rent. And there's a competition going on. When Janet and I were looking for a house, we found one up in the mountain, 35,000 pesos. We wanted it. It was a brand new build, brand new furniture, gorgeous place. And it was a competition. It ended up going for 42,000 a month because expats were bidding against each other to get the top rental properties. The province, away from Dumaguete, I see a lot of guys showing apartments for $100 a month, $80 a month. But you have to put a lot of money into these. You're fixing them up yourself. You're buying your own air conditioner. You're buying your own bed or new mattresses. Most of us who have worked our entire life, 50 years putting into the Social Security system, we want to retire and we want to be comfortable. I really want the style of living I had in the U.S. You know, a nice place to live, Western style amenities, close to restaurants, close to shopping. but I wanted it at a better price, and that's what I got here in Dumaguete. I got almost what I had back home living-wise, but for far less. An apartment like a lot of guys get here, or even the house that we have, would be $1,500, $2,000 US per month. That's my total budget, $2,000 a month, and that's what you would pay in the US for something like that to rent, if not more. But your dollar goes much farther here than it does back home. But everything is going up in price. You know, we went out to dinner the other day, and small portions, very good. It was, what did I get? I got a beef tenderloin, and it was like 470 pesos. And it's not a huge portion, but that's expensive for a meal here in the Philippines. You can go to any of these restaurants along the boulevard. You can go to San Rafael, you can go to Casablanca, and you can get a nice meal, 250, 280 pesos. But the prices are going up. On every menu, I see the prices, a little piece of tape over the price, and a new price is added. Inflation here in the Philippines has really taken off, and especially here in Negros. Negros has that new airport going in. There's a lot of investments going on here. People are building. There's building everywhere. Ships are coming in to port here, bringing goods, and the cost of these goods are increasing. So guys, when you decide that the Philippines is where you want to be, there's a lot to consider. And one is your money. You got to make sure you can afford this. As the increases in inflation here in the Philippines and the decrease in the exchange rate, your buying power goes down. Since I got here in February 2022, the exchange rate was 50 pesos to the dollar. I was also receiving Social Security. In those 3 years, Social Security has gone up by 15% with the COA increases. And also the peso went from 50 up to 59 last June, June of 2023. That was like a 20% increase in my money for exchange rate. I could get more money for the dollar, plus 15% I got as a Social Security increase in those couple years. But now the trend is going the other way. The peso's starting to get stronger. We're getting less bang for our buck. Inflation has taken hold here in the Philippines. Gas is always in the high 50s to the low 60s pesos per liter. Back when I first got here, it was 70, but that was because of the COVID. But prior to that, it was 40, 35. Prices have definitely increased. The cost of goods, things in the mall. You know, you go to buy a watch for your girlfriend, it's a couple $100, just like buying a watch in the US. You go to buy a pair of sneakers. I bought some Adidas sneakers, and it was $150 for a pair. Now, you can probably get that a little bit cheaper if you know, discount places, but here at Robinson Mall to buy those shoes, it was, you know, almost $150 US. The cost of goods have gone up. The price of the ferries are going up. Airfare, Jan and I flew to Manila, and of course it was short notice. We didn't book in advance. It was almost $450 for the two of us round trip from Dumaguete to Manila and back. I think that's expensive, where in the past people would tell me you can fly anywhere for under $100 round trip. I don't see those rates anymore. They might have a promo once in a while. Maybe you guys got a better rate. Tell me if you've been flying Philippine Airlines or you've been flying Cebu Pacific, how you've been getting your tickets. Where do you find the best prices? Help me out with getting a better price on my tickets for air travel. Now, the cost to send your money over here is also going up. Here I'm going to show you the screenshot, and it shows you my last transfer, which was yesterday. That was August 21st. And you can see the peso is 56.148. And there's no fee here with World Remit. But because I'm a long-standing customer, I guess, and I'm doing bank, they're transferring the money right to the bank. If I make that same transfer to cash pickup, they're going to charge me $3.99, plus I'm going to lose half a peso per dollar on the exchange rate. It's going to be 55.6. So Cash pickup is also getting to be more expensive the more people touch things. Noticing more and more in the restaurants, they're adding the service charges, 3% up to 15%. Take a look at your bill before you tip somebody. If they've added that service charge there, they've already taken into account tipping. But people are starting to expect the tips in the bubble, you know, where the expats are, and that would be downtown Dumaguete, that would be Ayala Mall, restaurants in Ayala Mall or IT Park. As a foreigner, they're starting to expect the tip. The cabs are expecting a tip, and it's just getting to be much more expensive. What is the cheapest thing you can do here in the Philippines? Go out for a walk. We're here on the boulevard. You might see people behind me. This is free. The other things that are free is get on your motorbike and go up the mountain, go to a coffee shop. Yeah, you got to pay for the coffee, but the scenery, the view, the time you spent driving around, exploring places, that's free. Very inexpensive, and you can save a lot of money in that aspect. Dumaguete is a beautiful place to live. Beautiful place. Where we live, we're 20 minutes to here, the boulevard, which is downtown, all the coffee shops I love to go to. We're 20 minutes away from going to Basay Highland Coffee, which is way up in the mountain, overlooking Apo Island and the ocean. And we can also go to the ferry to go over to Cebu and ride around southern Cebu, which is gorgeous, up towards Oslob and Molbolo. Just great places to see, beaches to visit. There's a lot of things to do that are inexpensive, and you'll save money in that aspect. And also the food here in Dumaguete, I think, compared to other cities, and definitely compared to Western, the eggs are cheaper, the breads you can buy are cheaper, the fruit, the vegetables in the stand are cheaper. But Janet says they're expensive. We looked at something and she go, oh my God, that's 100 pesos a kilo. But she remembers when they were 40 pesos a kilo. Things have gone up dramatically. Here in Dumaguete, the rents have really gone up. And I think that's the biggest increase in cost here. Cars are cheaper here to buy than in the US, but they're expensive. Motorbikes, they've gone down in price. I paid 155,000 pesos for my NMAX. That's a 155. It's a Yamaha. A friend of ours just bought one, and he got it for 150. So over 2 years, the price of an NMAX has gone down a little bit. But it's the cost of living for the essentials. Electricity has gone up, and rents have gone up dramatically here and in Cebu. Check out the Airbnbs. You can see the prices have also been creeping up. And make sure you can afford this. Come here for 6 months. Make sure the Philippines is the right place for you before you make that decision to sell everything and make this your permanent home. A lot of people are saying Malaysia's cheaper. A lot of people are saying Vietnam is way cheaper, way nicer. I don't know, I haven't been there yet, but I'll get a guest on here in the next couple days who has been to both those places. So guys, keep an eye on the exchange rate. It's the number one thing you got to watch once you're retired on a fixed income. Thanks for watching, and I hope that horsefly goes away. See ya.